Everyone talks about the grind, the hustle, and the no days off. But the athletes that really shine, they take these four underrated habits seriously. So whether you're chasing a scholarship, a contract, or you're just somebody who is just trying to do your best, talent alone won't get you there. So today we're going to break down these four underrated habits. And I'm telling you, they will not stir you wrong.
How is sitting still supposed to help you with football?
I'm training the mind.
You look ridiculous. I'm going back to the gym.
Let's talk about the brain. If your mind's not right, your body won't be either. Athletes report some of the poorest mental health out of any profession. And it makes sense because there's a lot of pressure on athletes. Your mind is just as important as your body. Take time to reset your mind. Japanese professional tennis player Naomi Osaka actually stepped away from the 2021 French Open to prioritize her mental health and well-being. Sometimes that's what it takes. That may have seemed like a dumb decision, but like I said, sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. Your mind is honestly way more important than your body. So here are 3 practical tools you can do to help you with a mental reset. Starting with number 1, journaling. Grab a journal or a piece of paper, anything, and just write down your thoughts. We all have so much going on in our minds and we don't release it. We don't talk to anybody about it. So the easiest way to release all that clutter from your mind is to just grab a paper and write down what's on your mind. Number 2 is my favorite one and something that I've been taking very seriously: meditation and prayer. Not so much meditation. I'm trying to get back into meditation, but prayer is an absolute cheat code. There is such a difference between when I start my days without praying versus when I start my days with praying. So just taking the time to sit back and just give thanks to God, that'll raise your mental health, because instead of focusing on the negative, you're talking to God and thanking Him for all the good in your life. And as for meditation, that's just a chance for you to sit down and just practice mindfulness. Practice when random thoughts go into your head, refocusing and centering your thoughts on the meditation and on the breath work. So that's 2 things right there that can help you with mental clutter and becoming more grateful. And then last but not least, putting the phone down for an extended period of time, 30 minutes to an hour, and just sitting down and thinking, reflecting. No phone, no outside noise, nothing. Just you and your thoughts, and just reflect. Athletes train their body hard, but the best ones take the time to reset mentally. My hamstrings are so tight.
All right, use this.
And I bet you feel better now, don't you?
Yeah, so much better.
So everybody stretches a little bit, but very few people actually do it right, if they do it at all. Mobility and stretching improves your range of motion, which in turn helps you decrease the risk of injury, helps you run faster, and helps you with your change of direction. Now, I do recommend doing more advanced stretches before your workout, definitely, and after your workout. Before a workout, a dynamic stretch; after your workout, more of a static stretch. If you feel like you don't have the time, or if you're just kind of starting to get more serious with stretching, even 10 minutes of just some hip mobility drills and a little bit of static stretching can do a world of a difference. If you're skipping mobility, you're leaving performance and longevity on the table.
Bro, what are you doing in my fridge?
Nothing? You can't outtrain a bad diet, and you definitely can't perform on an empty tank. Energy, mood, and recovery all depend on how you're feeling yourself. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and say that you should have the perfect diet, eating like Tom Brady does, doing all that crazy stuff, but even just small changes can make a world of a difference. If you just cut out junk food and processed foods, eat more fruits and veggies, drink a gallon of water every day, and cook your own meals, eat out less, you'll be far along most people, to be honest, because a lot of people can't even do that. I'm telling you, when I started cooking my own meals from scratch, no frozen foods, no processed foods, nothing like that, and I cut out the junk food, ate more fruits and veggies, that made so much of a difference. My body improved, my performance improved, and it was that simple. Cutting out the bullshit, to be honest. If you don't fuel yourself properly, your body won't be thankful. And your game will show it too.
Yo, you want to hit the town tonight? No, dude, we have practice in the morning. I'm going to bed.
Lame! I can function off of like 3 hours of sleep. It's fine. Now this one is king. Probably the most important thing on this list. Yet most of us neglect it. Even myself. I feel like a hypocrite talking about this, but it's the truth. Sleep. 7 to 8 hours, guys. I only get like 6 hours a night, to be honest. I say 6+ is the minimum that you can do, but ideally you want 7 to 8 hours of sleep. Sleep outperforms supplements, massages, and even pre-workouts in performance games. Sleep is important because it boosts your testosterone and your growth hormones, which is good for your muscle recovery, and enhances memory, decision-making, and reaction speed. Now, like I said, I am not perfect either. I get like 6 hours of sleep at night. I have a lot of things going on, but we are all in this together. So here are some practical tips to improve your sleep, starting with no screens an hour before bed. Or if you are gonna have your screen, at least reduce the blue light. Number 2, pull your curtains down so no light's coming in your room. And number 3, probably the most important one, keeping a consistent sleep schedule. I'm not saying I go to bed at the same time every night, but it's pretty consistent. Most nights I'm in bed by 11 o'clock. If not 11, sometimes 10:30. If not 10:30, sometimes 11:30. But for the most part, it's consistent. You can't go to bed at 10 o'clock one day, then go to bed at 2 o'clock a.m. the next day. No, that's gonna mess you up. Keep a consistent sleep schedule, especially on the weeknights, because I know a lot of you guys like to stay up late. No, keep that sleep schedule consistent, please. Sleep should be seen as a training session because that's where you see the gains. Look, training is just one part of the occasion. If you get your mind right, fuel right, stretch right, and sleep right, your game will change, guaranteed.